And Sam, and welcome to What Are We Doing Here?
Let's get yapping.
Action! Welcome to episode 21. We just tried to do our whole intro.
Our whole intro, yes. Our whole intro. Yes.
Hoeing it up. And it totally went black. And we were like, redo? Try again?
Take number 2, because I don't know what happened, but we're here.
I remember we're here, and welcome. And this is very fun. And you have stories, so we'll give a rundown. I went for a bike ride today, then I took a shower, and then we were going to record at first we were going to record at 6:30, and then it was like, your sister was making food and it wasn't ready, and it's basically gotten pushed until, I don't know, 8:30
Well, and then
now?
we said 7:30 because you were like, okay,
Yes.
then I'm going to go on my bike ride. And I was like, perfect. I'm going to run. So I went on a run. Sam
Yep.
went on a bike ride, and then 7:30. And so dinner was a whole thing. And so now we did 8:30.
Yes. And so that's the background. And then you have a story about this whole dinner that
I do.
I was like, don't tell me. We'll just talk about it on the podcast. Also, your voice message, hilarious.
So guys, I told Sam when I was leaving, and I was like, hi, I tried to call you, but I'm leaving now. And then I got a loogie, and I was like, oh no, I'm dying. And I was like, 1 second. And so then I spit the loogie out and was getting back to telling Sam about stuff, and then Sam called me. And so I answered the phone, and I was like, you're about to get a voice message just because I think it's hilarious.
Oh,
And
good.
so I'm glad it was funny, because it was basically me dying with mucus and a loogie in my throat and spitting it out the window. Sorry if you're listening, Mom, because she'll be like, ew, that's disgusting.
Don't do that.
I had to
So
do
tell me
it.
why we're here at 8:30. What happened?
So my sister was making baked ziti,
Okay.
but she was using
Ziti?
Ziti?
Ziti.
Ziti?
Ziti.
She says ziti, and I was like, that seems wrong.
Oh, I'm so curious if this is a word.
Baked ziti. That sounds right. I don't know. Anyways.
How do you say what you wear to sleep? I'm sorry, I'm going off topic real quick.
What do I wear to sleep?
What a set? What are those called? PJs. What's the full word?
Pajamas?
Jamas or jamas?
Pajamas.
Jamas. That's how I feel.
Yeah, pajamas.
Because pajamas
Who's
feels
posh
like...
and says, yeah, who's pinky up? I'm going to put on my pajamas and go to sleep. Yeah.
Yes.
No. Pajamas.
Okay, sorry. Side topic.
You gotta get some accent in there. Pajamas. Anyways, whatever it is, she's making the baked pasta. But Dad just harvested 10 or 12 tomatoes from his garden. And so she was like,
Okay.
we'll make homemade sauce.
I've never done that.
I'm thinking that usually when people say homemade sauce, it's an hour-long thing, so it has to simmer, and then you can it, and it's just, so I'm thinking maybe she has it already going, or whatever, or she found some Pinterest recipe that had a cheat quick pasta sauce that isn't the traditional whatever. And so we cut up the tomatoes, we puree everything, get it, whatever. It's looking really good. And so we're sauteing it, and we're letting it boil and simmer and all the things. And she gets to the end, and she goes, oh, shit. And I go, what? And she goes, She goes, it says to let it simmer for 1 to 2 hours. It's a little bit after 7 at this point. And I looked at her and I went, it's after 7? I'm starving. I usually eat dinner at 5 o'clock, which is what time I initially told her, hey, yeah, I'll come over and eat dinner if it's ready by 5.
Yep.
And so basically Dad to the rescue with his prep stuff, had 2 cans of vodka sauce. So we threw it all together, threw it in the oven, ate it. I was finally out the door getting back home by 8 o'clock, and I was over there at 5.
Has she never made pasta sauce before? How did we get...
Well, no, so that's what I asked. Because I said, have you made this before, or are we just going based off vibes? She goes, we're going based off vibes. I said, okay.
Oh, I love that.
So she found a recipe on Pinterest and just didn't scroll to the bottom. And I was like, we didn't look at the prep time for how many hours. Because that's what I look at when I find a
pasta
recipe.
Sauce I know takes forever. When people make pasta sauce, it's a whole...
It tastes delicious, and it will be
Yeah.
delicious. So we
Yes.
are still finishing it. Like it still had another hour to simmer when I left. But we were going to then put it into a jar and save it and use it for like in a couple days for spaghetti or something. So it
How
did
did you
like
get the?
we were dipping stuff, but
That makes sense. How did you get the peels off the tomatoes?
I didn't.
What? Really?
Yeah, no, I just cut up. She said it said dice the tomatoes. So I diced the tomatoes, and then we
Okay.
diced onions
Mm-hmm.
and garlic and seasoning and whatever, and we threw it in the Ninja, blended
So
that
you just
shit
blended
up,
it all. Okay.
blended it all until it was really smooth and creamy. It did look more like a vodka sauce versus a spaghetti sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But it tasted delicious.
Well, that's also like real tomatoes. Why? I always
Real
thought...
tomatoes. It looked real, like when they were pureed up. Like I was like, well, this is like food with color, and
It's
not
like
fake
more
color.
orangey,
This is
kinda.
real, like more orangey. Like this is real. This is real. This is real stuff.
I was
This is
hoping
the
you got that.
authentic. This is the authentic.
I'm gonna totally out my family. We are so Italian. Like, we're very much Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible cooks. Most of the
Really?
family, I can cook. Dude, my grandma, love you. She didn't know how to boil chicken. Like, that's the only
my
way she was
goodness.
ever eating chicken, was boiling chicken.
Oh my goodness, no.
Like,
I don't think
my
I've ever
uncle-
boiled chicken.
Only
Who
for like a
boils
dog,
chickens?
if they're sick. Like, that's who you do.
To like, or I do like broth. Like you make homemade broth that way with the chicken bones and stuff, like
Yeah.
bone broth.
Mhm.
But
No, terrible cooks. But the reason I've never made pasta
Yeah.
sauce is I always thought you had to like peel the tomato skins, and I was like, that feels like it was
That's
like you
not
roast
what they
them and then
said.
peel them and then take the skin, and I was like, that's a whole
That's-
process.
that's probably a fancy tomato sauce. Again, it tasted
Pinterest.
freaking good. But yeah, I mean,
I love
not
Whitney.
Whitney is a good cook. She's a
Yes.
good cook, but she
Yes.
has like, I don't want to say ADHD brain, but I want to say like she has like goldfish brain. Like, yeah, she ends up burning more stuff than the
Yeah.
average person. Like,
Mhm.
she forgot that she was boiling hard-boiled eggs and went
Yeah.
and took a bath, and the water evaporated and the eggs were burnt. And Mom was like, what the hell is, like, how do you mess up hard-boiled eggs? And she was like, well, I forgot about them. How do you forget about them? And then so it's the same of like, she almost burnt the bread, or like Mom burnt the bread because she forgets about it. Yeah, so it's like
Yep.
she's so good at cooking, but she gets distracted with
Yeah,
stuff. So
distracted's
she ends up
probably a
burning
good
stuff.
word.
Yeah, but she for sure burns stuff. Like half the time she'll like walk out of the room, and then I'm like,
Mhm.
Whitney, like, and she's like, I'm coming right back, and I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. No,
No,
so
you're not. No, you're not. I've never been that way, but in the last couple weeks, I don't know if I've been really distracted in the last couple weeks, but there has been a few times that unless my toaster oven, like my toaster oven having a set time that I could set it to, saved me because I've forgotten a couple things in the toaster. I forgot pot stickers on the pan just
Oh
the
my
other day
goodness.
because I got a call or got something, or I just like
Yeah.
went to my computer while I was waiting for the water to boil
Mm-hmm.
and then got distracted by work. So I'm doing two things at one time, which
Yeah.
I've never been that way, but in the last couple weeks. So it's funny that she's like that because I'm doing that now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, and what's
"The
funny
fuck
is
am I
I
doing?"
was like, well, we have this sauce. So I was like, if we're gonna go like the whole homemade route, I was like, we
Yeah.
should do like homemade raviolis or like homemade noodles with the sauce. Because then it's like everything would be from scratch. And they're like, we don't
Yeah.
have time for that. And I was like, noodles are so easy. I've made
I
noodles
still haven't made
quite a
'em.
few times. I know, I
I still-
got you the thing.
I know, I
noodles are
love it. I'm so excited.
They're so easy. Like, it seems daunting, but it's really not. Like, noodles are the easiest homemade from scratch thing that I have made.
Really?
Hands down. Oh, yeah. It's such an easy
Oh,
thing.
I didn't know that.
It's an egg yolk and some
Yeah.
flour. Or even then, like, if you don't separate the yolk, it's an egg and some flour. You mix it
Okay.
together. You knead it for a bit, and you let it sit for 30 minutes.
Okay.
You roll it out, and you use the attachment
My-
that I got you for your mixer, and you
Yes.
let it go, and then you turn it into noodles, and you bake them for like 2 minutes. That's it.
Huh.
That is
Do you do it in the mixer and blend the egg, or do you do it?
I do it by hand because I like kneading it, but that's just me. You could do it in the dough. Like, you could do it in the mixer.
kneading?
Like,
That's weird.
I like seeing it
That's
all
fair.
get all doughy. Well, because
You're
to me,
so
you have to
cute.
feel the
You're so cute.
I know. But you have to feel the consistency of it too, because to me,
I
it's like
know.
that the flour is a estimate, right? So it's like you have to add a little bit more or something, like give or take
Yeah.
sometimes. So, but
Okay.
easiest thing ever. Like it's not like you have a 2 hour rise time or a 2 hour proof time. Like
Yep.
you have let it sit for 30 minutes until it's kind of pokey, and then you boop.
I know proof, like a proofing drawer from the
Yeah,
Great British Baking Show. That's the
I
only time
know.
that I learned about that, and I love
That's
that
how
show.
I learned about it because you guys said I needed
Oh,
to
okay,
watch
cool.
it, and then I was like, this is what it means. I had no
Was I
idea.
right?
Yes.
Was I right?
Yes.
Did you watch the new versions or the old versions? I should have told you to
Um,
watch the old seasons. The new seasons have some strange, different people that I liked the
I
original people better.
feel like I watched a new one and an old one. So now I'm kind of going back.
Okay.
I haven't watched it in a bit, but that would be a
I
good
haven't
thing to
watched it
turn
in a
on.
bit either, but it was like the original people were really,
Mhm.
really cool. Have I told you that I've made like we've made used to make like 500 raviolis?
Yes.
Have I told you this? Yeah.
That's why
So
I'm like, I really want to make raviolis. It'd be so easy.
we used
And
to
the
do with
homemade
Savannah.
sauce.
Yeah, I've never done the sauce, and I didn't make the pasta, but I helped roll it out, and I helped do all
Yeah.
of the things, and I did we had a hand crank, but we used to lay out the entire kitchen table. We had a whole station. It was a whole day process, and we made
Cute.
it, and it was so fun. It was like a tradition we did
Yeah.
every single year with my best friend Savannah, and her family just made the insides, made the outside, and it was just like a
Mhm.
cool thing to be a part of. But I've never made pasta, and you did get me the pasta attachment, which I love. I just haven't used
fine.
it.
Like I said,
I
it
also
seems like it would be daunting, but it's
yes.
really not. Like it's the easiest homemade thing I made.
Can you
by
store
far.
them? Like, can I make
Yeah.
it and then cook it another day?
Yes. So what people do is so technically like your dry pasta, it's because it's been dried out. And so a lot of people make a bigger batch of it and they let
Yeah.
it hang and you basically dry your pasta.
Oh, I've
And
seen
then
the spinny looking.
yeah, yep. Yeah. So this you put your pasta down there and you let it dry.
Yep.
Our hand signals are wonderful
No, I
today.
like that we were like this thing. Like, I hope you understand what we're doing. If you're listening to us, they're gonna be like, "What is that?" Watch
Yeah.
YouTube.
I mean,
It
I've
shows
seen
you all the photos and the things.
it does. It does. But I've seen people drape them over like chairs or like basically put them on like a coat hanger and like hang it
Yeah.
up till
Coat hanger would
basically
work.
dry your pasta out. And then once it's dry, then you can store it.
That would be
Then it's
kind of
not
cool
sticky.
too.
Yeah.
Because I would do that.
I haven't done that. I only usually make enough pasta for two people.
You like to do that. To me is like I'm not going to do that on Tuesday. You know, I'm not going to do that on a Tuesday.
I think I maybe I just sent it to James, but I think I sent it to you where it was like, when I get anxious, I like to bake. So good luck for the people who are around me because I'm anxious a lot. And it's like, not that I'm anxious, but when I get wound up, I love baking stuff from scratch. So it's like when I'm kind of wound up and I'm whatever, I'm like, I need to bake something. So like then baking something from scratch calms
You bring a
me
lot of stuff to
down.
work.
Yeah, I do, because I can't eat it all. So
You do just bake a lot. Mine's clean. Like, not clean. I like to clarify. Like, I don't like to clean. I like to organize. So if something's sitting like this, I'm going to move it so it's sitting like this. And I go around the whole house doing that. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm anxious is like
I feel like I
up.
do that just on the regular. It's like resetting things. Like you want to reset it. And so I feel like I just do that as I go through the house, but it's like actually sitting and baking like is just kind of like and knowing I made it from scratch. I think that's like the biggest thing is I don't want to just go get some cookies from the store that are already like refrigerated and you just pop them in the oven. Like
you're
no,
not
I'm gonna
making the sweets to have the sweets. You are in a sense, but like you're making it because you want to do the actual baking.
Yeah. Like I've made homemade pizza dough quite a few times and done like homemade pizzas and that's really good.
You should freeze them. You should make more and then put them in the freezer.
I've talked to you about this a little bit. I'm so bad about how to freeze things or like store them properly to where they end up going bad. So it's like then I feel wasteful that like I made a bigger batch and because I didn't store it properly in the freezer, like it ends up going bad. So it's like I need to either just sit down or figure out how to store it better, which I got freezer bags. So that will help. But
I will say like how I do it if it's going to be in there for a very short time, you can put it in one freezer bag. If it's going to be in there for a longer time, 2 bags or vacuum seal works really well. But pizza dough, you could definitely do saran wrap and then put that in a bag, call it a day, and be totally fine.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, because I put it in the fridge. I put it in the fridge one time and I was like, oh, I'm going to make this in a couple days. And within a couple days, it was like, because it's been in the fridge, it had expanded so much. Like it had fruit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if you're good anymore. And I don't want to get sick, or like dough is kind of easy, kind of not to make, but it was like,
I wonder if
I didn't
you
want
just
to chance it.
I turned it into like bread. Like, did you just
I
make
probably
bread
could
right
have,
then?
but I was trying to like Google it and I was like, I couldn't figure it out in enough
I have
time
no
that I
idea.
felt safe. But anyways, I probably
But I would
could
say
have.
definitely like freezer bag for like a shorter period of
Yeah.
time. 2 freezer bags or a Ziploc or a vacuum seal works really well for long term. But long
See,
term is like
Mom has a vacuum sealer and I
6
really want
months?
one.
They're
I think
cheap.
that'll, well, that's why I'm like, I think that'll be my next, like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Like, oh, I want a vacuum sealer.
Yep. All right, I'll add it to my list.
Not from
I'm
you. I gotta
texting you this right now. Actually,
I gotta
I'll
tell my
edit this
family
podcast and
this.
remember.
I'll have
No.
to tell my family, not for you.
I know.
I mean, I guess, but anyways, okay,
Who knows?
so
We'll discuss it when we get there.
another
Oh.
update.
Yes.
Are you?
We want to go
yes.
into updates.
Yes.
I had an
So-
update that's going to lead into other updates, so go ahead.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, so update. I know we said that I was going to record my first expert testimony. Well, guess what? Last minute didn't happen. Like, literally was almost on my way to the airport and they didn't need me. That actually happens quite
All
a bit.
the time. All
Like,
the time.
all the time. There's been people who are like on the plane going there and they get an email mid-flight like, oh, hey, not needed anymore. And they're like, I'm on a plane. Like, and so they literally
Now
get
what?
off the plane and they turn around and they get back on another plane and they come home. So
That sucks.
it,
That would
it does,
suck.
It sucks so bad, but it does happen quite frequently. So basically, sometime when or if I actually go, then I'll do a whole little like, hey, come with me while I testify. But it didn't happen this time, which not really sad
You did
about,
good for
so
prepping, but yeah, it's probably a good feeling that you're like, next time.
yeah. And then update number 2.
Oh wait, I had a thought. Hold on.
Yeah.
I have testified twice. But I have been subpoenaed 15 times, 20,
Oh.
like lots of times. I've probably had 15 subpoenas and I've had 2 go.
I've testified 11 times since
Okay.
2017, and I have been subpoenaed probably at
Oh,
least
God.
over 50.
Yeah.
I would say like probably closer to 100. So, I mean, and there's people at work who have been employed there a shorter amount of time than I have, and they've testified almost double or triple what I have. So it really depends on your cases and like what happens with them. Like there's some girls who are in there like 25 and 30
That's
and they're
crazy.
just like one after another and I'm like 11. Like I just and again that's from 2017. So like
You had COVID in there, which really
Crazy.
paused in-person testimony
did.
like completely.
It did.
So-
And since then, it hasn't really gotten back to, I feel like, what it used to be.
That's
But
what it sounds
again,
like.
I'm not sad about it either. So,
No. It's like
yeah.
the part of the job that you like have to do, but you're not like, I want to go testify.
Well,
It's cool to say you did it, but then like each new stage, like being your serology
Yeah.
or being your first analyst, that's going to feel really cool. But
yeah.
do you want to go be a fact witness?
No. Well, my thing is, too, is it's like we have so many electronic things like Zoom and stuff like that it's like for us that don't live in the state and have to travel by plane and cost hundreds and hundreds of taxpayer dollars for us to fly, be in a hotel, fly back, meals, expenses, when it's like, I understand they have the right to face their accuser, which is technically us because we did testing, but you
on a
can
screen.
see it on a screen. But it's like, they tell us no, but then we show up and there's like 3 or 4 other lawyers that are on a Zoom in the trial. And I was like, why are they there? But I can't. And so some people have been able to do it, some people can't. But I think that would be such a good
Movement.
I guess I can see that it would be a good movement. I can see the downsides of it if for some reason there's like bad
Technical
connection,
issues.
technical problems. But it's like, if you go, hey, you have to testify via Zoom, you need to be either on this location or this location where they know there's a secure connection for you
Yes.
to be able to do it. Like, send me
Another
somewhere
downside
local. Like,
yeah.
send me somewhere local here where I could go testify and not thousands of dollars for me to go halfway across the country.
The only other downside that I think too is like if you are testifying, and it would have to be a case by case basis, obviously, but like secure, like nothing should get out of that courtroom type of vibe.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
you don't know
And
who's
it's like,
around you.
they don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, they would see, I feel like, if you're looking at stuff, but
Yeah.
still.
Anyway, we
They
don't
can't
get to
really
decide
they
that.
can't
So
really hand you stuff. Oh yeah, we don't get to decide that. That would
No,
be another thing
that's
too, is if they were going to hand you stuff, but whatever.
yeah.
Update number 2 is we went to church this last Friday.
Yes, I forgot
Jesus.
about this.
We went to church this last
On
Sunday.
Sunday.
On Father's Day. I think I was thinking of Father's Day, and that's where the Friday came from. It's fine.
Fair,
I'm really tired, guys.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. We're way late. Way
I know, it's
later
okay.
than normal.
So we went to church on Sunday, as a whole family, but typical mom fashion, we show up and we were like, all right, like, what time does this start? And she goes, oh, well, no, we're doing Bible study before church. And we were all like,
Oh,
did you think to
okay.
tell us this before we got here? Like, it's all cool. We're
Yep.
here now, but like, you just didn't mention it until now. And she was like, well, we're here now. Don't care. So we did Bible study and then the actual church service, but I actually really enjoyed the like study group, and I could kind of care less about the actual church service, which James was like, I'm not really surprised. Like, my sister liked it too. Like, my sister liked the smaller, intimate group over the actual like bigger service.
Okay.
And I was like, that makes sense. I like more intimate settings anyways, and I got more out of it because it was like a discussion and you could talk back and forth, and it was like we went over specific passages and like their meaning and what it meant and how we apply it to today's world, and like,
Really?
yeah, so that I really liked. So the one specific thing he talked about was like the Sabbath, and if people keep a Sabbath, and like what it means and what it meant in the Bible, and like how we apply it now. And it was very interesting. I very much liked it. My brother, sister, and my mom were all making fun of me because where I ended up sitting was close to the front. But like, this isn't my first rodeo with Bible stuff. Like, this isn't my first rodeo. And so when someone asks a question and you're trying to get a group of people involved and no one's answering stuff, like, if I know the answer, I'm gonna answer. So that way, like, it can help people get involved. So he was talking about like, what movies have people seen that like tell about the Sabbath or about Moses freeing Egypt? Do you know a movie like that? I think of one immediately. It's The Prince of Egypt. So he was like, for people your age, it's an animated movie, The Prince of Egypt. Like, that movie, like, I don't know if it scarred me or if it was just like so. I don't know if it scarred me because I was a child, or if it just left such an impact. Like, I remember that movie so. It's like such a powerful movie, and so I was like, dude,
Never
Prince of
even heard of
Egypt,
it.
like, easy. It's an animated movie, guys. Check it out. But then that sparked another woman to be like, oh, like, I just saw this documentary on Netflix or this special on Netflix and it was really good and blah, blah, blah. And he talked about an older movie. And then what else did I answer? I answered something else that he was talking about, like, what happened after X, Y, and Z. And I was like, this. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. Thank you very much. My love languages is words of affirmation. So tell me that I'd get a good job. So they were like, teacher's pet. I was like, shut up. You're just jealous. You don't know the answer. But
you did tell me this before, and I think that's funny. Yeah. I have always been called the same thing. I have questions. Bible study. How many people were in your little, like, did you break into fucking circles? Like, that's in my head what I'm picturing.
We were all sitting in, like, it was like a table. So we were in like a horseshoe. And so there was probably 6 people at each table. And you got to think, like, our group alone was 6 people.
6 people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was 5 of us with just my family. That's brand new. And then 3 were our friends that invited us along. So it was like those 3 or 2 typically go.
Okay.
all the time. So, I mean, there's probably usually 15 people. And so at us, there was maybe 20.
Okay. And
So,
like, is somebody leading it?
yeah, the pastor.
Okay, so it's a smaller, intimate group,
Mm-hmm.
and you were all together. Did you feel weird for two reasons? One, because you were new to this place. Two, because you're currently curious about how you feel going forward.
I felt good. So we have gone to this church one other time, and it was for Easter, and we brought the boys. So it was like,
Okay.
I also met the pastor then, and everyone was very welcoming. Everyone was very nice. Like, people randomly come up and introduce themselves and talk to you, and who are you and where are you from? What's your name? Like, it's a
Okay.
very, very small town, like smaller than where we live now. Because
Okay.
it's not
Yeah.
here, it's like outside of where we are now, so it's more in the country. But the pastor's really nice, and so he was like, hey, I remember you, like, you had, the
That's
twins. And I
nice.
was like, yeah. And then he was like, hey, Holly, like, that's who, like, came with us. And he was like, oh, like, you're right. And then and then mom was like, oh yeah, like, here's my husband, here's my other two kids. Like, so there was a couple of people that we knew. And then he was like, hey, we have a lot of like new faces, like, meaning our group. And he was like, instead of it being weird and me going around and like trying to get you guys to talk to each other, why don't we
Yeah.
just like go around and say everyone's name? And so then, because at first he wasn't
He
going to
like
do that.
made it a whole little
He made
group.
it really comfortable. And because at first he was like, hey, we'll just like go around and like we'll like the person who took us would introduce us. And then dad was like, no, we don't mind like introducing ourselves, like we're cool. And he was like, all right, like, let's do that. So no, I liked it. It was very comfortable. I think my only thing is if I kept going, I would ask more questions, because there was some times that like he talked
He gave
about
room for
he
questions.
gave room. He gave room for questions. He asked questions, gave prompts, like things for you to think about. And so it's like there's some stuff that I
Okay.
would want to ask, but it's like that was my first time in the small group. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask like a hard hitting question of like,
Right now. Yeah.
how does, okay, great, we take our day of rest, or we have two because we consider the weekend, but what does that mean for us with working, or for someone's estate? Like, I had more like a deeper question based off of his immediate question. And I was like, all right. And he ended up following up with it later, but I was like, let me not go like straight in with a hard question. It's because we decided to do it later and it just said, fuck you.
Guys, our computer literally crashed out again. It does not want us to keep talking. Anyway, I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Would you feel weird for like people that may be in your shoes that are considering going to church, or like considering even just like questioning it? Do you think you would have felt weird going by yourself?
No, not to the small group. I think to the church service with everybody and the singing and everything, yes, because you're by yourself and it's like a larger setting and it's more obvious you're by yourself.
Oh.
Versus like going to the smaller thing, it's like they all know each other for the most part because they go all the time. But it's like being like someone new coming in and just be like, hey, like, I'm new here. It's very much like you're going to have drinks with a friend, or you're going out to just like meet a new sports team. Like, say you
more casual.
It's more casual. Like, it's not serious. Like, some people had their Bibles, some people didn't. It's like you sit in a chair and you're just basically in a room full of other people with some chairs, and you're just sitting and talking. And like I said, he has questions and prompts, and like he just straight up talks to you.
That's really interesting. And I think people are going to like that, because my perspective would have been, I would go to the big church service and not the small group.
Yeah.
Like, if I was in that same spot, I would do the opposite of you. So that's really interesting.
Because he even talked about like in August, they're going to start up like doing home visits. So like people who may not go to church on Sunday, or like they work on Sunday, he was like starting groups of people who are like an older group of people, a younger group of people, a middle-aged group of people. And it's like you rotate houses, or you go to so-and-so's house and everyone brings something for dinner. You have a meal together and you sit down and you talk, or you go over a passage and you just, and that's
You'd
what
have to have a good like group leader, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
it's going to
like,
very much vary then.
Yeah, I feel like it's as you get to know people too, because it's like having those conversations. And like I said, everyone there was all very nice, very welcoming. Like, it wasn't a large,
Everybody's new at one point.
it's not a large group, right? But it's like the whole point is for us to sit and talk. And I think that's what his big message is for everybody is it was like you have to have community and you have to be willing to build relationships. And that was actually his thing, his like sermon for Father's Day. Is it was like you
Building
have
relationships.
to be willing to put yourself, it was like you have to be willing to encourage people, and in order to encourage people you have to get to know them. I can't encourage you as your best friend and call you out on your shit if I don't know you. So then how do I get to know you? Well, I have to talk to you, I have to check in on you, I have to see what's going on. Like I have to put in the effort to get to know you. I can't just go, oh well, she'll come to me. Well, she'll come to me. Oh, well, she'll come to me. And it was like your relationship with anybody, whether it's your friends or romantic relationship, like you can't count on the other person to make the first move. Like you have to put in the effort to know them and encourage them and be there for them in times of need. And how do you expect them to like trust you and ask you questions? If you want a village,
you have to be the one that builds the village.
Yeah. So I liked that. And I think that's what he preaches for the most part is like community and just being there and knowing everybody and like knowing your group of people and what is going on with them.
That you're not alone.
You're not not alone. You have people here, so like lean on them, ask questions, ask for help.
Yeah.
You know, so I really like the idea of going to the house, because at first I was like, oh, I would never, and then I was like, actually, like that would be great.
You're really surprising me.
Because my thing though too is it's like I think about it like my sister cooking dinner. I could have been home, and even sometimes when I'm home alone with the boys, like you know how hard it is to cook dinner every single night. But if you have friends and family and you go, great, I'm gonna cook dinner on Monday. You're gonna cook dinner on Tuesday. You're gonna cook dinner on Wednesday. You're gonna cook dinner on Thursday.
I'm going to help you grow the tomatoes while you grow the potatoes.
So great. So guess what? Then everyone comes over on Monday. Yeah. I cook dinner while everyone else is watching the kids, doing whatever. And I get to cook a really nice dinner for people, but then I don't have to worry about cooking a nice dinner the next 4 days. I just know that I'm going to take the kids and I'm going to go over to my sister's house or my mom's house or my brother's house or your house or Sam's house. Like, I'm going to go to my neighbors and have a community. And I think that's what I've missed so much is it's like, I've shut myself off for that for so long, being like, I don't trust people. But now I'm like, no, this is like, you can actually like build those relationships with people and have friends and it not be a whole thing. But I'm like, that would make everyone's life so much easier, because then so does everybody else. No, you don't have to cook dinner every single night.
No, that's where I love the idea of living on a property with other people.
Oh, yeah.
Like you each get your own little house, and then we have chickens and we have sheep. It's like the human body, especially women, are not supposed to do everything.
Yeah.
Like you are not meant to go to work, do the laundry, do the house, do the kids, do this. Like you're not meant to do everything.
No, you're meant to have
a village. I love the
village.
idea of the community.
Oh yeah,
and the village.
You're meant to have a village. There was always people who did the laundry. There was people who did the cooking. There was people who did the farming. And then it was like, oh, so-and-so sick. Okay, great. Let us get together. That way she doesn't have to worry about it. We'll take the kids, watch the kids for a couple days, cook her some meals, like help out.
That's where the like sugar, can I borrow some sugar? Like that was really something people truly did.
So here's the thing. Is I feel like society has gotten away from that so much, because I remembered growing up, I knew every single one of my neighbors. I knew their names, their kids, like I knew everybody. Anytime that I've rented houses, and again, I don't know if part of this is just me or if it's just society as a whole too, where it's like probably a little bit of both, to be honest. Like, but I never knew my neighbors. The only time I knew my neighbors was the last house I was at, but even then it was like my neighbors were really judgy, so I didn't.
They were so judgy.
They were so judgy.
You would walk down the street to watch you and then turn back around, like judgy.
Like judgy. And then it was like they would come up and be like, hey, I noticed this about your house, like I just wanted to let you know. And I was like, can you mind, like it wasn't
Didn't somebody
like
come up and tell you that your sprinkler was on?
No, someone told me, and this is where I called Hunter. No, because I would get it if you were like, hey, you accidentally left your hose on, like it's flooding your yard, like I went ahead and turned it off, I just wanted to let you know. Cool. That happens. That's great. Thank you for saving me from flooding my whole thing and having a really high water bill. I appreciate it. No, it was they came over and said, "Hey, your air conditioner is dripping outside of your house. I think you have a problem. You need to call a mechanic. Like you need to call like an HVAC system." And I go,
Yep.
"Oh, guess what? My best friend." And so I was like, Hunter, and he was like, "Tell that dude to mind his own freaking business because that's what it's supposed to do when it's 100 degrees outside and you're running your AC. Like that is healthy for it to do. Like he doesn't know what he's talking about."
Yes.
And so it was like
I
nosy things like that where it wasn't helpful. It was, oh, like,
invasive.
did you find that guy to mow your yard? Like, I noticed you haven't mowed it in a few weeks. Like, I didn't know if you got a hold of him. And it's like, again, you
I
see that
thought
I'm a single mom of twins. Like, I'm going to mow it when I have time. And it's not like it was crazy. We had a HOA,
yeah.
so I wasn't getting fined. So therefore the HOA thought it was okay for what it was.
Yep.
So I think we've lost, like, that was the only house that I kind of knew my neighbors, but they were all like older. And so, like,
Yeah.
even here, I've been in this house a couple months. It's like I've maybe seen the neighbors on one side once, and then
Yeah.
these ones moved in and I've never seen them. So it's
Mhm.
like I've never seen any of my neighbors. Like, no one's outside, no one's doing anything. And so
Nope.
I don't know where these people are, how to meet them, and I don't just want to go like knock. That's where my sister would be great because my sister is like she's known her neighbors, like been at their house, like loved all of them, but it's like she's very outgoing.
But
Like she would go knock next door and be like, "Hi, I'm Whitney. Can I come in and hang
isn't
out
what
with
you
you?"
just said that you can't wait for other people to come do that? You have to go do that. You can't wait for them
Yes,
to make
I
the move.
know. I
Didn't you
know.
just say that?
But this is
But
where I'm like, I want to
it
find
is a
like
mix of
people. Because it's
yes.
like the people next to me are super into cars and mechanics. That would be great for you and Hunter. That
Yeah.
he would have
Hunter would
already
love that.
he would have probably been over there already hanging out all the time.
The minute a car goes on, vroom, vroom, he's over there.
And they're out in their garage, like you would have been over there.
Yeah.
That's not my cup of tea. So it's like
No.
that's where I go, okay, great, I can get to know them, but like that's not my cup of tea. That's not who I hang out with.
That's not like the people I'm looking to
Like
become friends with and bring into my community.
I want another mom or another family with kids.
Yes. Yes.
That we can go have play dates and hang out and do whatever. And not that that's like the only thing, but it's like that
But
would
that's
help the
what
kids.
you
It would
do
help
when
me.
you
Like
have
that's
kids.
yes.
Yeah. That's like part of it.
So that's I think part of why I really liked that church and I liked that group is because it was like I did meet a couple moms who had
Mhm.
kids and the kids went and all hung out and did whatever. But it was like you're gonna find people. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go with Betsy Joe, who's 72, and go to her house and have Bible study with her. It was like, no, you're gonna go with people your age and like your
Yeah.
group, and the
Mhm.
older elderly people are gonna have their group, and the
Yeah.
kids are gonna have their group. So that's what I
I mean, the
liked. Is it
community
was
aspect is like the biggest, is such a huge thing
yeah.
that we don't really have much of now. Like,
Well,
it is very like an
yeah,
older thing. Like, I could go, we lived on like a circle, like a half
yeah,
circle, but if my parents looked outside and there was another parent that was on the street because we knew everybody, go
yeah,
out and play. Like, we just could
yeah.
go everywhere, and there was like,
Well, that
I
was the
knew
thing
everybody.
too. Kids played outside. We played outside, and we
Yes.
came inside when the street lights came on. Was my
Yep.
mom or my neighbor usually outside? Like, yeah, one of them was outside sitting in a chair watching us play in the street, saying car when a car was coming, so we would all get out of
Yep.
the way.
Yeah.
I live right across the street from a park. I still hardly ever see kids on that park. And I don't know if
That's
it's
so
because
crazy to me.
I don't know if it's just because it's a newer neighborhood and there's like people haven't moved in yet, but
Maybe.
I also think that it's just the kids are inside because even at the old neighborhood, that was full
People
of
were
kids.
inside too.
And they're
Yeah.
inside. We were outside playing with bikes and stuff all the time, and I never saw anyone.
Rollerblades, hockey, up and
Yeah.
down bikes, like literally anything. We were outside and we could stay in this, like we lived in a neighborhood. Like you
Yes.
could
You
kind of
went
go
from
as you
that
got a
car
little
to that
older.
car,
Yes.
and when the streetlights came on, then you came home.
Yeah.
So,
But we still had a parent outside. It wasn't
yes,
like we
at
were
least
like,
one.
yeah. When did you get a cell phone? Because I got a cell phone and it was like the 15 cents for a call. Like I could only call, but
Yes.
that was 6th grade because I started playing sports.
I got it when I went to middle school, so I was technically in 7th grade, and it was
Mhm.
because my school was up the mountain, so it was a 30-minute drive. And
Oh,
so
that makes
it
sense.
was up the mountain. And so again, it was like a flip phone, and I could call I could call and do some texts, and like that was
I
it.
couldn't text. Yeah. But like we weren't unsupervised like our parents were.
Mm-hmm.
We were supervised and like could be gotten a hold of. But it was like,
Yeah.
you stay in between here and here and then
Yeah.
whatever. Like we did that until I remember playing like Pokemon Go in high school and going around the
Yeah.
neighborhood and like
Trying
with
to
the kids.
find
Like
you're like on your phone, you're like, where's it at? It's over here somewhere. But yeah, like that's the kind of stuff that I know it like takes time, but I think the other aspect is like I know someone who knows this church. So then it's like I trust her, and I've met us up a
Yes.
couple people and I trust them. But like my neighbors around here, not that I live in a good neighborhood, but I'm also a single mom of boys alone by myself. Like I don't have a man of the house.
yeah.
And so I feel like I'm an easy target for stuff. And again, that's how you like find community, find friends. But I also feel like I make myself more of a target if I let it be known that I'm here alone by myself a lot of times with just my kids. Like I don't have that protector.
I will say that living in Texas, you might have some protection.
Yeah.
I'm a rob a house or somebody in Illinois rather than I would in Texas. I
Yeah.
talk about this all the time. I know this is totally like
Oh yeah.
I'm way more worried about somebody in here, but I think when you find the community of people that are similar, that's where it's not just like everybody next to you,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like
the
you don't
similar.
need that.
It's the like-minded people that I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And not that I need everyone to think like I do, but it's like I want
No,
you to
God,
at least
no.
be like the same style of life, and you know the kids and
We gotta have
this
something
and
in
that.
common.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. We gotta have something in
I don't
common.
know how to
like,
just be friends with everybody. I'm not my sister. Like my sister can be friends with a rock
yeah.
and have a whole relationship with it, but I can't do that.
I can talk to anybody, but I don't. Oh my God.
You're done.
You're
done.
so done.
You're done. Apparently, it just doesn't want us to record anything because
No.
it's like kicked me out a couple times and has done X, Y, or Z. So,
I have no idea if you're going to be able to even hear this, but we're going to do the quickest book corner because we have updates and then it's 9:30. I'm tired. This has kicked us out 3 times. So
I'm tired. I'm over it. And I want to go to bed now. I want to go to bed.
I
I'm
want
going
to
to take a nap right here.
I love that one.
I'm going to take a nap.
I want to take
Anyways,
a nap.
What do you have for book corner?
I was just going to say that I am in the 3rd book. I'm about to finish so there's 4 series, 4 books in each. I've read the first 1, 2. I'm on series 3, 3rd book in. I'm about to finish 3rd book. And then I have 1 more.
Oh, snap. I have a funny thing about this because I'm curious if other people will get it because
Okay.
I didn't even tell you this. So one of the characters in the book has like memory loss. However, he has blue flames, the girl smells like pomegranates,
Yep.
and he has a dog. And
Yes.
there's like some hidden things about like demons knowing him and X, Y, or Z. So like pause. Does anybody know who it is? Because I knew based off of those 3 things.
You knew it immediately. I had no idea.
Sam had no idea. So if you want to listen to the series, spoiler alert is coming. Do not go forward anymore. So I'm going to tell who it is, and I have a funny story about it.
Okay.
So if you want to know, I don't think it has that big of an impact in knowing who he is, but like in case anyone wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
So, dun, 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 don't go past here. It's Hades,
Yeah.
god of the underworld. So, hello, Hercules, blue fire, pomegranates has to do with the Hades Persephone story, and then the dog is Cerberus. Sam didn't know. I've read a lot of Greek mythology books and like lore about Hades and Persephone.
Yeah.
So I knew immediately. I was like, oh my God, it's Hades. And so I was so excited because I was like, oh my God, Shadow Daddy, yes. Like, this is my dude. So Sam didn't know. And even when I was like, it's Hades. Like, do you know the story of Hades and Persephone? And she was like, I have no idea. Well, so then I was like, am I the weirdo? So I asked my whole family in the car, I said, hey guys, there's a fantasy male character, blue fire, dog, pomegranates, a girl. Do you know? And no one could guess. However, I texted James. I said, fantasy character, blue fire,
James knew.
I said blue fire, dog, pomegranates. He goes, Hades? I said, this is why I love you. I said, no one else knew, and I knew. And he was like, yeah, the dog is Cerberus and pomegranates for Persephone because she ate pomegranates in the underworld, and that's why she has to stay there. And I was like, this is why I love you so much. Like, this is why I love you.
That's cute.
And I was like, not all the reasons, but I was like, one of the reasons. But I was like, oh, see, this is why we're nerds. But I was like, if I just a weirdo who knows Greek mythology, he was like, no, it's Greek mythology.
You do love Greek mythology, though.
I do.
You really
do very much
love that. What's your book corner? Do you have one?
Yeah. So remember how I said that those books that I was reading were finished? I finished.
Oh God,
I finished
can imagine.
Book 1, 2, 3. I finished the 4th book, and I went to go get the 5th book, and it was like August of 2025, and I was like, mother, damn it.
No.
I was like, not again. Like, so now this is where I'm like, oh, now I'm really looking at like completed series, because this is one series. I, before this, had another Shifter series that was really good. I got through books 1, 2, and 3. 4th book isn't out yet. And then I started another series. Book 1 is done, but none of the other ones are in sight. And then I started another series, and it's like I got 2 books in and realized it wasn't completed. So it's like this is the 5th one in like the last 2 months.
No, completed series.
That is not completed, and I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, why do we do like? But here's the thing, though, is this is where I struggle with it, because
it's hard to find when you've read so many.
No, it hurts the author for you to wait so long. So
Fuck
the
'em.
authors, no, because a lot of these that I read are indie authors. They're like independent artists, right? They're independent authors. They don't have a major book label. So it's like, you buying the book supports them to get their other one out. Now, do I need them to hurry the fuck up and write it? Yeah, I do. I need you to hurry a little bit faster.
You're a nice
I will get all the books. But it actually, because at first I was like, no, and then I looked into it. And they were like, yeah, when you wait until the whole series is completed and then you buy it, it's like
little too like a late movie kind of thing.
Well, it's like a movie series, right? Like if the first movie comes out and it doesn't do well, they're not going to put money into the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yes.
Just for people can go, oh, I'm going to watch 1 through 5. Like, this was so good, but I'm going to wait and do 1 through 5. No, they need people to support each one at a time to continue on to show that there's interest. So I get it. But I hate it at the same time.
Compromise, find a book that's finished and read it now. And then you can go back to your nice indie person things.
I know, there's so many of them, though. That's why I'm like, man, they don't even come out till like August or October. It's not even like, it's like a few weeks. It's like months. And then some of the other ones are like sometime in fall of 2026. And I'm like, once again, I'm going to forget it. Like, damn it.
No, my poor little brain can't do it. Well, my poor little brain is tired, so I think that's it, unless you got anything else.
My poor little brain can't handle this right now.
I hope you guys get to hear this. I hope that it didn't get fucked up, but I appreciate you listening. We've got Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. Please send it to your friends, send it to your mom, send it to your best friend. We're tired and we're going to bed.
We're going to sleep. I'm tired.
We'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.
I love you.